Hello there. My name is Murray. I'm with my co-host Corey, and we are the Real Guys. And this is the Real Show with two E's. And we've got a packed show for you today. And we're on number one platform on the airwaves and YouTube for pop culture, film, and television discussion. As always, I'm with my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
And you can find us on Instagram on the Real Show FM and on Twitter at the Real Show FM. We're on Google, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Podcast. Anywhere you get your podcast, we're there. You can listen to us. Today we're looking at a very spooky thing, aren't we? We're
We
looking
are.
at the new Netflix special from October 5th in collaboration with the World Wrestling Entertainment Federation. We're looking at Escape The Undertaker.
Yeah, the
So,
Netflix interactive film.
yes, first released on October 5th, 2021. This will include spoilers, I assume.
It
So
will
if you
do,
want to go and
yes.
play it, watch it, experience it for yourself, you can go to Netflix and you can do that with it. This will be sort of similar to our Notebook
Yeah,
review.
yeah. I
From
mean, I literally I've got a whole A5 page which is full of every single choice you can make and what that leads to.
Oh really?
I've done everything you can do in this.
Oh wow,
All of
wow.
it. Completed it.
I didn't realise you put such thought into it. Me, who only played it a couple of days ago,
Yep.
once and thought, oh, this would be enough. How much time have you spent on this?
It took me about 2.5 hours to do all of it.
Dear. Okay.
Bearing in mind, in that 2.5 hours, I am also making notes, drawing like a chart of every choice and mapping it all out. Four notes of pages, 4 pages of notes.
4 pages of notes. Nice. Well, let's get started. Do you want to do this in a sort of? How do you want to approach this?
We've got a work. We can just say what we like. We can go down with choices. We can,
Hmm.
I
Let's
mean,
take it to the characters, shall we? Let's start with some characters. We've got. Let's go to the main guy, the title character, the
yes,
Undertaker, known by many names: the Phenom, the Dead Man, Big Evil, Mr. Dead Boy, Spooks the Ghost Lad, Big Old Deady Evil Chops,
yep,
the Great Scowler, Stuart
nice,
Pork, Punch McLightning, Captain Black Hat, Smoke and Fog, Scary Mary, all the great names.
yes,
We have to you have to escape the mansion owned by owned by himself, owned by Mr.
nice.
Nightfright. You have to escape his great mansion and all its levels and all its creepy rooms. Now, I'm not really familiar with the cult backstory of Taker.
Yeah,
I think there was a fire in his house that Kane started,
right,
and
yeah. So
because this leans heavily on that, I think.
yes, um, essentially, from what I know of the Undertaker backstory, Kane and Taker were with their
Brothers,
yes, they were with their family, um, Mr. and Mrs. Taker.
under Mr. and Mrs. Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's like their fire burns down. God, I can't talk. Their house burns down, leaving
Yes.
only Taker alive, except Kane's also alive, and they blame Kane for the fire. And then it's
Right.
like Paul Bearer comes up and he's like, "Oh, you've got a brother, he's alive," and it turns out that Paul Bearer's Kane's dad, because Paul
Right.
Bearer had an affair with Taker's mum, and
Okay.
that it was Taker that caused the fire, not Kane, and that's
Right.
essentially it. There's a comic that delves into it as well.
There's a
It's like
comic.
a full-on
Okay.
graphic novel.
Nice.
But that's essentially the gist.
It's up to three intrepid heroes. It's Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Big E. The New Day. They've come to the mansion to get the urn for some reason. They don't really explain why they're there. They just
Uh,
kind of say, "Oh, we're here for the urn."
yeah, they briefly explain at the start that they want the urn to help make the power of positivity more powerful.
Right. How did they find the mansion? How did they get there? Can we have some exposition on this? That was my only question.
They've got Taker on Snapchat maps.
No, okay, they've got him on maps. They
Yeah,
found him.
they've got Taker on
They
Snap
found the
maps.
mansion there.
Yeah,
The Undertaker, he's like every. They sort of combine every horror villain. Like he's
yeah,
the Jigsaw puppet, and he's Michael Myers, and he's Freddy Krueger, and he's everybody. He's Jason, and
yeah.
he's everyone basically. And also, his voice just fits for a horror movie setting. I'm going to
It
assume
does.
that is him that does all the lines. He's like, "You'll never escape me. I'll destroy you all," kind of thing. And I know you. I'm the Undertaker. I'm gonna take you down. It sounds great,
We also find out about drawing this. But the Undertaker is a very very good filmmaker because
Mm,
the very first option you get where he asks
yes.
you, are you ready to take the power of the urn?
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember that. I remember that. He's like,
yep,
my urn is so powerful. Do you think you are ready to challenge the Undertaker?
exactly. If you pick the I'm too scared option,
Okay.
uh, it rolls for credits, and Undertaker's credited for everything.
No, nice.
He directed it,
Or
he
editing,
produced it.
lighting, sound.
Yep, everything. Director of photography, he did everything.
So they get into bigblackhat.com's mansion, and they're on the lookout for. This is the first stop, right? They're on the lookout for the urn. So
Yes.
you get there's like a spooky basement. There's a
Yep.
spooky staircase.
Yep.
There's a windy. Is it like a windy staircase? And there's like a foggy basement.
There's the
And
basement, there's the staircase, which is talking to them, and there's the other room, which is purple.
the purple light room. I was big E. I went into the purple light room because I thought that was the safest area to go.
Oh,
I don't think you're gonna be hurt by purple lights.
I
Fog
followed
maybe.
I followed Woods. I went down into the basement.
Did you? Oh right. Okay. Well, what's the path? Well, what's the path down in the basement?
Well, you see, this is kind of where the first. This is why I was able to 100% the whole game because none of the options really do. Because it's like all Woods does is Woods goes to the basement and sees the door and some fog, and like Taker's head slowly raises up from the fog, slowly goes away, and then it cuts to Biggie shouting for help.
Right. Okay.
Which is the same for Kofi. Kofi goes upstairs, sees a door, hears a painting talking to him, and then hears Biggie shouting for help.
Okay.
A lot of the options in this game essentially will either go right. You can see it from this person's perspective or this person's perspective, but they all kind of always lead to the same thing anyway.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple of options. One in the basement that you get with Woods, and one upstairs with Kofi that essentially just show you the same thing but from two different I can't speak perspectives.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Um, but no, I mean, I followed Woods. I went to the basement, went up, went back up, helped out Big E,
Yeah.
and
Who's
then
losing his soul? He's trapped in the Undertaker's
yes,
chair.
because he decided to sit in a chair.
Big E's trapped in Undertaker's chair,
Yep.
and Mr. Frightening Lightning is using his urn powers to drain his soul.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's sucking his soul, and he's like, he's like getting sucked.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh dear,
It's not
children.
February yet, Murray. It's not February
We're
yet.
children. No, no, it's not. It's not. But it was our year anniversary, and
Yep.
if you pay attention to our YouTube channel at all, we just put our year anniversary out of our real show out of context video, and that
Correct.
line, my friend, is a line that is perfect for the real show out of context.
Next year, Murray. Oh,
Next year you'll see that'll pop up. The only way to free Biggie's soul is get the
yep.
keys to unlock the clamp and get the urn. Right.
You get a choice. You can go upstairs or you can go downstairs.
Right. I think I went upstairs.
I went downstairs because that's where I was with Woods.
Okay. I went upstairs because I thought I don't want to go into the basement because you never go in the basement in a horror film. And what did you find in there?
So the basement, you go in the basement, you find one of the symbols, which Woods says, "Oh, I saw that symbol earlier. It's in the basement, right? Yeah, cool." Um,
Yeah. Awesome.
and then you run into a bit of fog. You into a morgue because,
Okay.
of course,
Oh, I remember
because
this
Taker has his own morgue. You
bit.
run into
Doc,
a body which is covered over, um,
yeah.
and a toe tag that reads Isaac Yankum DDS,
Dr. Isaac Yankums,
which is
who is
Kane
Kane.
before he was Kane.
Yeah, Kane's name before he was Kane, he was Dr. Isaac Yankums, a evil
Yep,
dentist.
exactly, because he yanks them. Yeah, I
So
mean, again, this is where it runs into the same thing. There's a part where, like, right, there's fog,
the fog, yeah, I remember that. Undertaker's
and
fog.
Woods
Woods
is
is going in it.
convinced. Yes, Woods is
Yeah,
convinced that the fog does nothing because Woods touched the
yeah,
fog earlier. See, I followed Woods, so I saw Woods touch the fog, and he's like, "Oh, the fog doesn't do anything." And then
yeah.
Woods goes in the fog and gets dragged down by Taker, and at this
Yeah,
point
I
you get a
wouldn't know that
choice.
because I didn't go to the basement at the start, so I wouldn't know that the fog's there. I thought the fog would. I was like, oh,
Exactly.
Undertaker's going to pop out of the fog, and he
Yeah.
did.
Um, and at this point you can follow Woods, or you can stay in the basement.
Oh, I stayed in the basement. I'm not going after the
Yeah.
Undertaker and take
See,
somebody down to hell.
you see, I did both, and literally all that happens is if you follow Woods, is that Woods goes down into this like void, gets punched by Taker a couple times, and gets told like, "Are they really your friends? Why aren't they trying to help you? Why aren't they down here? Um,
Yeah.
they want the urn for themselves." And then Woods gets thrown back into the urn room where the other two
Hmm.
are. And we're like, "Oh, Woods, where did you come from?" Which is essentially what happens if you stay in the basement. They get the key, and then they go
Hmm.
back to the urn room, and then Woods randomly appears. I mean, that then
And
leads you to the other one,
yeah,
which is where you went, which is you went first. You have to go to both, but you went first, which was upstairs.
yeah. I went upstairs and I went to Undertaker. I remember this part. I went to
Yep.
Undertaker's library,
Yes.
and there's a trip. There's a trip key. You step on something, and it opens up this massive alligator map. So why does Undertaker have a huge statue of an alligator? Why is Biggie getting on Xavier's?
I thought that.
Why
That's
don't they do
what
the
I
opposite?
thought.
Because Biggie's the guy to do that.
Yeah.
So
To be fair, I was thinking get Kofi on someone else's shoulder because Kofi's the agile one. He can just jump
yeah,
off.
but
But
no.
no,
Kofi instead pulls a book and finds a secret doorway
yes.
and goes through. And then also, Biggie, did you take the power potion? Biggie finds a
On my
power in the
first
book.
playthrough, I did. I took the power.
Yeah, I took the power as well.
I thought it would come in handy.
Because it's not going to be, if it says power on it, I'm going to assume it makes you feel powerful.
Did you end up following Kofi or not?
I followed Kofi. Yeah, I went with
Okay,
Kofi. I thought
because
they'll get the
that's what
key
I did.
anyway. I'll follow
Yeah.
Kofi. So I did. Went with Kofi into like the Undertaker's like secret control room,
Yep.
and this was my favorite part of the whole thing.
I think I
I'm
know what
going
you're
to
going
tell
to
you
say.
now. He gets into the control room. There's
Yep.
like the security cameras are playing Kofi Kingston footage and whatever,
Yep.
and the screen starts flickering, and we see this image of Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer. There was a painting in the library of Paul Bearer, I think, as
There
well, or
was.
something in the hallway.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, this would be cool. You get like paintings of people who are significant to Undertaker, right?
If you
And
if you follow Kofi at the start as well, you hear Paul Bearer when he walks past the painting.
oh, really?
Yeah, you hear
That's
his like
cool.
weird like laugh, but you only hear that if you follow Kofi at the first option. Yep.
So we have to hide. Kofi's like, oh, what do I do? And then the scariest thing is the the Paul Bearer appears on the screen
Yes.
and he starts talking,
Yep.
but he's saying like, I don't know whether that's obviously because God rest his soul. Paul Bearer passed away, um, so quite a while ago, I think as well.
It was. Yeah.
And I don't know whether that was archive footage, or of him doing a promo and they superimposed it onto the screen, or what.
I think it's just old promos they had, and they've just kind of like masked around it. It
That's
looked
what I
like
know.
really old like footage from when
Yeah,
Taker was first around.
yeah. And
Um.
he was doing the promo to camera. That was the funny
Yeah.
thing for me. Like he was talking to camera. Obviously, in the scene, he was talking to Kofi, but the angle you see, he's looking right at you,
Yeah. I think it's like really old, like
and
'90s
he's going,
Taker.
"Oh, my Undertaker is coming for you. He's gonna come around the corner. He's gonna get you." You know.
Yeah.
And Kofi he has to turn. He has to run. I'm running. I'm not. You know.
Ah.
I'm not facing. I'm not. Oh, I think you decided to by that noise. But you know,
I picked face Taker first.
I'm not facing Cold Master P. He's coming around that
Okay.
corner, and I ran away.
This is where I thought it was going to go. I thought you were going to mention the scariest thing is the fact that if you face Undertaker,
Oh,
Undertaker walks in eating a sandwich.
what?
Yeah, he literally walks in with a small plate with sandwich that's been cut in half. He walks in, sees you, Kofi tries to make something up, punches you, and then sits down and eats his sandwich.
Oh wow.
And then it's like, based on your choices, you got this far, but the urn can grant you another choice because you've died, essentially.
And then I think, and then I got the crypt section. I think then I got the crypt section.
Yeah, then you go to the basement, then it's combined with two keys. Combine the 2 keys, touch the urn, and face your fears.
And whose sphere did you see?
I went to Big E's
First.
first.
But I did Kofi's sphere.
I went to Big E's. Big E's scared of spiders.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Takers are here, and he's like, oh, it's got like bolt cutters because Big E's chained up into a chair as well.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can free you, but you have to join me. And then you can either stay positive.
Is that the Undertaker or Darth Vader? What impression are you doing?
I'm middling the line between both.
Big E, you must join me. Join the dark side of the Force.
But no, you can either join him, which
you know what I want. You know what I want.
God, what?
Get on this Disney Plus, right? Get on this Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I want Escape Darth Vader game.
Nice. Okay,
where
that's fair.
it's like that, but you're like a group of rebels or whatever. Someone make that, please. Back to the to the fears.
Yeah, so Biggie is spiders. You can either stay positive, which essentially means Biggie is like, oh, spiders are my friend, and then it goes to the coffin bit, or you can join Taker, in which you have to go back and face your fears again because game over. Biggie's now got his soul taken over.
There's a trailer for this, right? When I
There
saw
was,
the prompt for join Undertaker,
Yep.
right, I was like, does that mean I get my own cool trench coat and hat as well? Does that mean I could be like evil New Day?
Well, actually, you
Right.
can. There is a way of doing that.
But I chose Kofi's fear.
You did,
Kofi's
and
fear is like
it's my favourite fear out of them.
Oh, he's trapped on in a chair or whatever. He's sitting in a chair, dark room. He's looking across. I thought it'd be like a pancake shortage at WWE catering or something, but it's not that.
I thought it'd be like a fear of the Ugandan accent or whatever Jamaican accent.
fear of the Jamaican accent. Was there a pancake reference in this at all?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping
there wasn't.
I was hoping that we'd get like a pancake reference. We get like an up down reference, something like that. Like imagine they have like a secret room, and what's the passcode for the room? Oh, it's up down.
I mean, literally, I have a list of like references, and there's like 4.
Oh no. I bet one of them isn't even a reference. I bet one of them you're going to say when we ask isn't even going to be a reference.
No.
So he's trapped in the chair, and he's looking at a screen, and it's footage of like. Oh, and I appreciate this. These look like old segments, and that's his fear. His fear is like being outshined, being in the shadow. He doesn't want that, and he's like, "Oh no, maybe I am not good enough." You know, he's doubting himself. Maybe I am not good enough. And the Taker's like, "Yes, use. I'm doing Darth Vader."
Yeah, now you're doing Darth Vader.
I'll roll with it. He's going, "Yes, use your fears and you must take your place. You must take your place with my soul. I must take your soul. Your soul is mine." I had to get that.
Nice.
But then you can again. You can just like the Biggie one. You can use the power of positivity and go, "No, I believe in myself. I believe in myself. My name's Kofi Kingston. I believe in myself. I've got self-belief. Oh yeah." What's Xavier's fear? I'm very interested now.
Woods' fear is being buried alive.
Okay.
So you're in a coffin. You're in a coffin, and Taker's like shoveling dirt on the coffin.
Yeah, it's the old AJ Styles trick.
Yeah, pretty much.
That old chestnut.
And Woods can essentially either do the same thing. He can be positive and not betray his friends, or Woods can join the Undertaker, which then turns around and Taker goes, right. He goes, "Woods, I will give you your signal." And then you go back to literally that's the only one you can pick where you join Taker and you don't fail.
Right, okay.
It takes you to the coffin sequence where they're all breaking out. Like you're doing like the Madagascar bit where they're all shouting each other's names, and it's to slowly reveal that they're all in the same place.
Oh yes, yeah.
Remember Madagascar? Where we're like Melman, and like the slowly shows Melman upside down in the crates.
Oh yeah. They're trapped in this 3 separate coffins.
Yes.
And he's break out, and they're in like Undertaker's like workshop or whatever.
Yeah, where he's like hammering a nail with a sledgehammer.
Mr. Zippy Cripps, he's an artisan craftsman.
Taker can't use a normal blacksmith hammer. Taker uses a sledgehammer.
So Dr. Foggy Longhair is hammering the nail in your coffin.
Yes.
But like, we're gonna fight you. We're gonna take on you, Undertaker. We're gonna battle you. It's 3-on-1.
Yeah.
And Undertaker, he takes off his hat, takes off his coat, and he's like, "Oh, I will fight you. You must face me." and it's like Shang Tsung Mortal Kombat now. We're going through
Yes.
all the voices. He's going, "Oh, you must face me. I will destroy you in the new day." And then you got to do a 3-on-1 attack. So
Yeah.
you can do a Kofi kick, which is
Yep.
cool. You can do like a biggie charge, or you can do like whatever Xavier's option was. I don't know, spray him
Yeah.
in the face with water or something
Xavier
like
just
that.
kind of runs at him.
No, it's not. That's not a strategy. I went for Big E because I thought Big E's the biggest. He's the powerfulest.
I went for Big E as
He's
well.
going to be, yeah, he's the strongest. He's going to be the one to be able to take that. But no, Undertaker uses his lightning punches,
Yep.
which is a nice reference. I caught that. Answers that kayfabe question of how come Undertaker just doesn't always use his lightning against people.
Yeah. I mean,
Why doesn't he always just
halfway
lightning people? Always. Why
through
does
the
he have to
fight,
not?
he's
Yeah,
starts flying.
exactly. Why
Floats
doesn't he
in
do
the
that
air.
all the time, Undertaker? Why don't you do that all the time? And he's obviously really strong. He's using his lightning punches. He's using
Yeah.
his choke slams, whatever he's using. There was no tombstone pile driver.
Nope.
Very upset about that. But obviously, 56-year-old man can't exactly be doing those nowadays. But I bet he could. I bet he could do like a stunt version. I
Yeah,
bet
he'll
he
be
could
able
do
to do
that.
it. Yeah.
He starts flying and shooting lightning, and he can still do the eye thing. I love that.
Yep.
I knew someone in college who could do that.
Yeah.
Who could roll their eyes back in the head. And it was like, wow. And I said, how did you do that? And he said, oh, I learned it by watching The Undertaker. And I was like, wow, that's
I
really
can't do
cool.
it. I've tried. I can't do
Oh,
it.
I can't do it. I can turn my eyelids inside out. Does that
I
count?
used to be able to do that.
Oh, I can do it.
I can shake my eyes really fast left and right though.
Oh, wow. What? So that vibrate?
Yeah, but I
I
have to
knew
be
someone
like
who could do that
looking
as
at
well.
someone. I
I
can't.
could do that as well. Someone who could like make their eyes like vibrate. It's
Yeah,
like really weird.
yeah, but I have to be looking at someone else in the eyes. I can't like look at a light switch and do it. It doesn't really
Oh, you
work.
can't do it randomly. You have to be looking at someone else.
Yeah, I've got to be
Oh.
staring into their eyes and it'll just shake my own eyes.
So you're fighting the dead dog big man. He's coming at you with all his offense, and you've got to restrain him, right? You've got to use a weapon, right?
Yeah.
So obviously the only weapon you can employ against the Undertaker is Triple H's sledgehammer.
Yes.
Is that I don't think that was intended to be a reference,
Which is the thing.
but
I don't know.
they're battling with Chili McFreeze,
Yeah.
and they get the chain. They get a chain. They wrap it around Taker. They're trying to hold him back. And Big E's got. For me, Big E had the sledgehammer. He was like, "You
Yeah.
got to destroy the urn." You know.
Big E always has a sledgehammer.
Okay, you got to smash it. You got to destroy the urn. But then Kofi's like, "No, use the urn to get the power." And I was like, "Oh
Yep.
right, well we came here to grab the urn. I'm
Yep.
grabbing that bloody urn.
Yep.
I'm
So
taking it." So the urn's free, and you can grab it. He goes for the football tackle on the urn. Poof.
Yep.
You get teleported away. You get the urn like
Yes.
explodes, and you get teleported away. You get teleported, and you're outside of the mansion, and that's
You
it.
are.
And that's the end.
That's it. That's you're done. That's your first ending.
That's the
That's
first
your.
ending. Okay, how many endings are there?
There is 3, technically 4.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Right.
We're
So, not counting the Kofi Kingston facing the Undertaker or Kofi and Biggie joining Taker, that technically is an ending. You've got grab, which is what you described, where you grab the urn, it kicks you out of the house.
okay.
Which then
I got
causes a
all.
cutscene of Taker saying that you escaped, but my urn isn't destroyed. Because like Taker sits back up again, and the urn's
Yeah.
still there, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't destroy my urn. You need to destroy it." And then that's it. And then you can either there's grab it. You can destroy the urn without power.
Yeah.
If you destroy the urn without power, it's literally the grab ending. You hit it with a sledgehammer, the urn falls to the floor. You go and grab the urn. You're kicked out of the house. So
Okay.
it's the same as grab. If you destroy it with power, you drink the power. So if you kept the power, you drink the power, you destroy
Yeah, I
the
got the
urn.
power. Yeah.
Urn's destroyed. It breaks your. You come out the house in a coffin, very fancy coffin,
Yep. I remember
um,
that. Yeah.
and you get a weird cutscene of Undertaker applauding you, where he's bald at that point, I
Yeah.
think, and he's clapping you, saying like, "Oh, you destroyed my urn. Congratulations."
Yeah.
And that's it. The other ending is if you picked Woods' Fear and you join Taker when they've got Taker strapped down. You can't pick who to fight Taker, but most of that cutscene gets cut out.
Yeah.
It essentially cuts to straight when Taker's flying. You chain Taker down, and then like Woods knocks out, I think Kofi with like a trash can or something, and they're both on the floor. And then like Woods punches both of them with lightning fist. Woods gets lightning fist now.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then Taker and Woods drag away Kofi and drag away Biggie, and Woods has like purple eyes, and
Oh,
then it
that's
ends.
cool.
So
That's a neat end.
Woods is captured.
That's neat.
And that's all 4 of your endings. That's the only endings you can get. Having the power does not affect fighting Woods. It doesn't do anything.
Did you have um? Did you have a real rating for this?
I did.
Okay. Okay. Well, would you like to go? I'll let you go first then, since you were recapping those endings for us.
So, I've given it a real rating of 7
Okay.
because I was originally thinking 6.5, right?
Right.
Because I was like, right, I've come into this and I was like, I wanted it's a wrestling thing. So okay, I'm thinking, right, I want some wrestling references to Taker. I want
Yeah,
Paul
you're
Bearer.
expecting. Yeah. Yeah.
We got that. I was thinking, I want Kane. We got Isaac Yankem. It's
Yeah.
good enough. And I was like, right, well, what else did we get? I thought, oh, maybe there'd be like loads of hidden Easter eggs and like pictures in the background and whatnot. We got, as far as references go,
Right, here we go. I can hear the flipping of pages.
yep, we got Paul Bearer in
Yes.
paintings, in voice, and he appears. We've got Isaac Yankem, which is a toe tag. You've got, if you follow Big E, which you did,
Yeah.
you get the World Heavyweight Championship, Taker's like custom
Oh,
30th anniversary
oh
belt.
yeah, the belts. Yeah.
The Smoking Skull belt's in there as well.
Yeah.
So the Stone Cold reference. The Sledgehammer, which is maybe a reference to Triple H, or
Triple
maybe
H.
it's not on
Yeah.
purpose. And the Druids.
Mm.
If you take Kofi's sphere, the Druids appear, and that's all the references you get.
Okay. Okay.
There's no, like you said, there's no tombstone. He sits up. That's
Yeah,
nice.
he does the sit up. Yeah.
But yeah, there's no rest in peace.
No.
You know, he didn't do the weird hand. There's stuff that I
Okay.
feel like was missing. I
I
wanted a
don't.
bit more.
I don't
You
think
know.
this is a reference, but when looking at the WWE World Championships,
Yep.
Big E says, "I've got to get myself one of those." And as
Apparently,
of okay,
apparently the directors didn't know he was going to win the belt, so that wasn't on purpose.
right, okay. I
That
was
was
going to
just
take that as a
luck,
reference.
essentially.
Oh, it's very good luck because
It was very good luck.
as of today, unless Drew McIntyre wins it in 2 days at Crown Jewel, Big E is the current WWE World Champion.
But yeah,
So
it's like I was gonna give it a 6.5 because I wanted a bit more references. But also I
right,
thought, well, it's on Netflix. Most people
yeah,
have Netflix, so technically you're not paying for it. It's another thing you can do.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
thought, okay, I'll bump it up to a 7 because it's an experience for most people. You've already got Netflix anyway. It's a
yeah.
bit fun for half an hour, or like me, 2.5 hours. So
Yes.
7. I bumped it up to a
We
7.
were reviewing it for the purposes of this, so you went a bit overdrive on that one.
Yes.
But okay. As for my rating, I had the same thoughts as you. I was going to give it a 6.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sure, it's a nice, fun little horror spoof thing, right? Yeah, they could have done more with it. It's half an hour. If it was an hour, right, I'd expect a lot more in there to do with
Yeah.
the Undertaker and his history and whatever. But 31 minutes is how much can you pack into that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Um, for however long, maybe it's like 35 minutes if you take a particularly long path. But
Yes.
um, yeah, I feel like six is pretty good, but substantial. Obviously, on IMDb, it's got a 4.1, which I've just found, which is remarkably
Yeah.
small. On Google reviews, it has a 4.5, which is pretty much a 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it 6 reels out of
That
10.
yeah. I feel like that's fair.
Okay.
I feel like that's fair. Um
Right.
I also feel like if it's one of the things where like if you have Netflix, it's
Mhm.
there, right? I'd say okay, if you have Netflix, you're a wrestling
Yeah.
fan, go play it. If you don't have Netflix, don't pay the like the $9.99 or $5.99 to get it,
No, don't go out of your
unless
way.
exactly unless you also want to get Netflix to watch my recommendation.
Ooh,
I'm hitting it again with another segue.
nice. It's a killer segue. What have you got?
So I'm going on Netflix for my recommendation, right? If you haven't got Netflix, you can watch my rec and Escape The Undertaker. And I thought, okay, I was going to do a wrestling pay per view, but for perhaps on network, maybe you're not a wrestling fan. So I thought, okay, right, I'll include something wrestling related. I was scrolling through Netflix, thinking, what do I recommend? What do I recommend? And I stumbled across something. And so today I'm recommending Nacho Libre,
Nice.
a Jack
Okay,
Black
well, this
wrestling
is,
film,
yeah.
because it's on Netflix. It involves wrestling. I've seen it, and it's good fun.
Give us a bit of a brief synopsis.
Jack Black is a priest
Yeah.
in, believe it's Mexico, and he is like he's a masked wrestler. So no one knows it's because you're a priest. You can't wrestle. He's a
Yeah.
wrestler.
He's a
And he
luchador.
wants exactly. So he's got his mask on. He has a tag teammate who doesn't have a mask.
Yeah.
Um, and he's trying to like win loads of money. And that's essentially it. You've got Priest Jack Black, who's an undercover wrestler who also falls in love with his other woman,
Mm.
Q Nacho Libre. I would give it probably about a 7, maybe a 7.5. I'll stick with a 7.
7. Okay,
It's good
okay.
fun. If you like Jack Black, if you like wrestling, go give it a watch.
That is your weekly rec. Nacho Libre. This was our review of Escape the Undertaker. Give it a watch if you want. If you feel like we've sort of inspired you to go and see it. The old adventures of Right Dead Fred and Burt Deadland, Humphrey Ghost, Captain Boo and the Spooky Crew, Longhead Mitchell, Foggy Tom, PP Daniel, Undeadwood Scissorhands. That's a good one. The Haunty Hella Spooky Fella, Bugger Red. I've got more, but I think we'll leave it there. And it's a goodbye from me, goodbye, and a goodbye from Corey.
Goodbye.